Welcome. My name is Lacey, and I will be your guide today for today's core class. For this class, it'll be all about our abdomen, our sides, our back, and our buns. If at any point in time you need to use equipment such as a block underneath your hips because you have low back issues, or you need to use a yoga strap to assist with anything, feel free to do so. If anything feels uncomfortable, painful, anything like that, feel free to do something completely different or modified to your body. This is all about your practice and your workout journey. Let's begin in corpse pose, lying on your back. Legs are straight out in front of you or bent, whatever feels good for you. To get into corpse pose, find a seated position, roll through your spine, feel every single vertebrae, and relax the upper body. Relax the hands by your side, relax the knees, and relax the feet. Let's do some deep breathing, warm up breaths. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale as though you're blowing out through a straw. Inhale and exhale. Should sound like ocean waves. Full deep breaths in. Full deep breaths out. Blowing out through that straw. Maybe hold at the top. Exhale for just as long as you inhaled. Feel the warmth in your belly. When you feel ready, take your time. Bring your knees to your chest. Grab behind the knee or softly underneath, about a fist distance underneath the knee. And gently roll back and forth, just massaging your low back. We're going to be using our back and our core a lot in this class. So let's warm it up properly. You can roll around, reversing directions. Inhale and exhale. Bring the knees to the outside of the chest. Grab the inside of your feet, the inside of your calf, or the inside of your thigh for happy baby. You can wobble around if that feels good for you. Maybe press the heels out for a little bit more intensity, just opening up those hips. If you feel strained in your low back, just bring it back. Do a little massage. Inhale and exhale, adjusting your shoulders away from your ears. Feeling your belly button pull into your spine. Feel your low back pressing into the ground. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your neck. Bring one knee to your chest and outstretch the opposite leg. So maybe the first time your left knee is to your chest and your right knee is outstretched. Flex both feet really hard. Feel both legs activate. Pull the kneecap up on your right knee, up your thigh. Squeeze your left knee to your body as you allow the right leg to lower. If it doesn't lower all the way to the ground, that's fine. This will be a good time if you feel a little bit of strain in your low back to add a yoga block underneath your hips. It can be on the short side or the medium side, whatever feels good for you. Exhale, swap sides, bring the right knee to your chest, grabbing about a fist distance below the knee or underneath the knee, whatever feels good for you. Exhale, feel out that stretch. Maybe one side feels better than the other. Inhale to lengthen, pulling both toes towards you. Exhale, releasing the hips. One more time, swap legs. This time, I want you to hover the foot to the ground. Open up the hip just slightly on the right side, keeping the left knee straight towards you. Exhale, back to neutral. Swap sides. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, open up to the side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come back to neutral. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, open up the hip. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to close. Last one. Using that breath. Beautiful. Bring both knees up and place the heels as close to your booty as physically possible or whatever feels comfortable for you. Place both hands, palm face down, right next to you, thumbs facing towards your bum. We're going to do 5 glute bridges, squeezing our glute all the way up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Tucking in that chin so that your low back is nice and flat. Exhale, feel every vertebrae roll down, touching down on the ground. Inhale, squeeze all the way up, pressing to the full of the foot. Opening up those hips. Exhale, roll down. 3 more to go. Inhale, squeeze. Feeling the glutes fire up and warm up. Exhale, you should feel the front of your thighs also warming up. Last 2. Engaging the glutes. Feeling every vertebrae as you roll down. Last 1. Inhale. As you come to the top, hold it here, adjust your shoulder blades for comfort, bring both hands clasped underneath, and then squeeze your glutes up even higher. We're going to lift, point, and then lower for 4 times. Inhale to lift, exhale to point, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale, exhale. Last 2. Using that breath, squeezing the glutes high, bracing the abs. Release the hands, release the shoulders, release the spine. Give yourself a little hug. Adjust yourself so that your low back is touching the mat. Bring your knees right over your hips, toes pointed down, arms facing down. If you would like to add a little baby crunch, sliding your ribs down into your hip pockets, pulling the belly in, that's fine. I'm going to leave my neck facing down. We're going to drop down and lift, single legs. Drop down and lift. Ready? Let's do 5 sets of these. So 5, 5, and 4, 4, and 3, 3, and 2, 2. Last 1, 1, 3 together. We're going to drop down, pulling our belly button in nice and tall. Spine, keeping our low back down. 2 more to go. Pressing our full palms down into the ground. Opening up the chest 1 more time. Exhale and inhale. This time, drop 1 leg, lift 1 leg to the sky. We're going to swap legs. You can bend the knee if it feels good for you, or straighten it if that feels better. Pointing both toes. We're going to go 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. Hovering at the bottom. 2, 2. Last 1, 1. Both legs come up. We're going to drop down for 3, pressing our palms down into the ground. Or if you need a little extra assistance, bring it under the hips. You can also put the yoga block onto your hip from the medium side or the low side. We're going to drop down, down, and lift. Lift, engaging our belly button to our spine. 1 more good one. 1 more leg drop. Exhale and inhale. Beautiful. Bring the knees to your chest. Roll on up if it feels good for you. Heels as close to your booty as physically possible. Hands come right behind you, elbows together as much as possible, fingertips facing towards the spine, opening up the chest. We're going to lift the legs up into modified boat pose. If you would like, you can go into a modified no arms boat or maybe full boat. Whatever is your prerogative. We're going to pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, lifting and lengthening the chest. We're going to drop the leg down. Inhale, lift high. Drop the leg down. Inhale, lift high for 5 sets. Ready, and 5, 5, and 4, 4, and 3, 3. Bending those elbows. Last 2, hovering the foot, pulling the belly in. Last 1, and 1. Woo. bring the knees in. Heel comes to groin, drop down the heel, drop down the knee, swing the opposite leg around. So our right leg is going to swing off to the side. Left heel is towards our groin. We're doing a modified pigeon. So 90 degrees of the right leg, 90 degrees of the left leg, or a little closer if you need a little bit more. We're going to rotate away to just open up that hip and give it a little bit of a break. Exhale to release. Inhale to lengthen. If you want to come down to your elbows, depending on what direction feels good for you. Exhale to release. Swap side, bringing the heel to groin. Other heel off to the side. So left leg now this time is 90 degree, pulling the toes towards you. Right heel is towards your groin. Just releasing that hip. Nice long spine. Maybe come down to the elbows if that feels good for you. Tucking in that chin, elongating the spine, releasing the hips. Last few breaths. Exhale to release. Bring your hands right in front of you. Swing the legs so that they're underneath you in tabletop position. We're going to do a couple cat-cows. Fingertips spread wide, hands underneath shoulders, elbows swiveled underneath, knees underneath hips, pulling the belly button in. We're going to inhale, open up the chest, pulling the belly in, and lift the hips. Exhale, pull everything under, tucking the tail, tucking the chin. Inhale, pull the belly in, open up. We're pulling the belly in to protect our low back. Exhale. And on the lift, I want you to keep a neutral spine, just taking a look up with your eyes, tucking the chin just ever so slightly. Exhale, pull everything under. Inhale to lift. Exhale to pull everything in. Last one. And exhale. Settle yourself deeply. I want you to press all of your energy into your right hand and your left foot. We're going to lift our right leg and our left arm for bird dog. So pointing, spreading the fingers wide, squeezing our thighs together, flexing the foot or pointing the foot as long as it's doing something. We're going to bring our elbows in and our knees in to touch, rounding out the spine. We're going to do 5 of these. So 1, squeezing the glutes, bracing the abs, keeping our hips as neutral as possible. And 2, elongating the spine on our exhale. Inhale to round. Exhale, or whatever breathing pattern feels best for you. Exhale to close maybe. Inhale to lengthen. 2 more to go. Exhale. Pressing firmly through all parts of the hand. Last one. And restart back in your tabletop. This time, press all of your energy throughout your entire left hand and throughout your knee and foot of your right leg. Reach out through the right arm, spreading the fingers wide. Reach out through the left leg, squeezing the thighs, pull the belly in, having the hips parallel to the ground. Doesn't matter how high or low the leg is, as long as it doesn't go above the butt, keeping the hips neutral. We're doing 5 bird dogs. Ready? And 1. Exhale to release, or exhale to bring in, whatever feels good for your body. That's 2. Rounding the spine and then elongating. 3. And 4. Finding your balance, and 5. So we're squeezing the glutes, bracing abs. Find your tabletop position. We're going to shoot our legs out into plank position. So all it is, spreading our fingers wide, hands are right underneath our shoulders, nose are in front of fingertips. We're going to just reach our back foot out, tucking in our toes, and then reach both legs out. So you should have a nice long line. If that doesn't feel good, from there, just drop the knees. We're going to hold a plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swivel the elbows so that they're facing towards your knee. Drop down into chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Squeeze the booties. Press the hips into the ground. Tuck the chin ever so slightly. Come on up for cobra. So we're elongating the spine, squeezing our elbows, dropping our shoulders away from the ears, lifting and lengthening the spine throughout this spiraling motion, pressing our big toes down into the ground. Exhale to release. Tuck the back toes, lift off into downward facing dog. Lift the right foot all the way up into three-legged dog, squeezing the glutes, bracing the abs. Exhale, drop down the left knee, keeping the right leg lifted. Open up to the right side, dropping down to your left leg. So we're squeezing the glute into a side plank. Leg is still lifted, or you can drop it down if that feels good. Elongate the arm over you. We're going to reach through for a crunch on the side. Our shoulder, or our hand is right underneath our shoulder. We're going to do 5 crunches. Ready? And 1. Like we're in between 2 panes of glass. 2. If this doesn't feel good, always feel free to come down to your hip muscle. 4. And 5. Reaching back down into tabletop position. Again, set yourself up for plank position. We're going to hold it here. You can have wide legs or narrow legs, whatever feels good for you. Nose is in front of fingertips. Ready for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Drop the knees if it feels good for you for chaturanga. We're going to swivel the elbows underneath. Come down low. Spread the hips and squeeze the glutes, pressing down into the ground, lifting and lengthening the spine, tucking the chin, squeezing the elbows, dropping the shoulder blades for cobra. And exhale, roll down, tucking in the back toes, lifting off into downward facing dog. Chin tuck so that you can see in between your legs. Lift off the left leg this time, squeezing the glute, bracing the abs. This time we're going to drop down to our right knee, swivel so that we're into a side plank position, adjust as needed. Elongate the spine, elongate the arm. You can have the leg hover or touch. We're going to do 5 crunches. Ready? And 5. And 4, as though you're in between 2 panes of glass. 3. Exhale. 2. Inhale, lengthen. 1. Beautiful. Back to tabletop position. Lower down into a cobra position as well. Bringing your forehead down into the ground, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hip bones into the ground. Arms are by your side. We're going to squeeze our glutes all the way up, lifting our legs for 5 leg lifts. Ready? And squeeze, squeeze, and lower, lower. 4 more. 4, 4. There we go. So I want you to think about bringing your forehead to the ground, squeezing your glutes. Last 2. Bracing the abs. Exhale and inhale. Beautiful. If this feels comfortable for you, you can stay here with your forehead to the ground. Maybe put your arms in front of you to support your head, or whatever feels good for you. Maybe flip on over to corpse pose. We're just going to lay here for a moment in corpse pose or on your belly, whatever feels good. Maybe you need to tuck your tail by bending the knees to relax your body after this intense workout. Breathe in and breathe out. Working our core just a little bit more before we close. I want you to think about pulling your belly button into your spine as you exhale, and as you inhale, I want you to release your belly, pushing outwards. So increasing the abdominal pressure and then decreasing the abdominal pressure. So inhale, open up the belly, full deep belly breath. Exhale, sharp, pull the breath in, pull the belly in. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold it here. Exhale, sharp, pull the belly in. You start to feel a little bit dizzying or faintish, just pause for a moment and try again in the future. Inhale for 5 seconds. And sharp breath in or out. Pulling that belly in. Last one. Sharp breath out. Feeling that belly button engage. Now relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Relax your hips. Relax your knees. Maybe give yourself a little massage by bringing your knees to your chest. Maybe stay in corpse pose. Stay here for as long as needed. Just breathing in and exhaling out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful day.